Okay, so this is video number 3 and this is for one of the last activities. So we are still halving shapes, but the difference with these shapes is that they are made out of mini squares, and these squares represent a number. So for example, let's take this one. This square represents a number 4 because there are 4 squares inside the square. So I could say, oh, if I want you to colour in a half, we could just colour in, it's already got the line down the middle, we could just colour in 1/2. But what I want to look at is, are there different ways to represent a half? I did touch upon this slightly in the other videos, but it's the number that's important here. So if we take the number 4, and we are going to find a half of it. Can you remember when we did this? We shared the 4 into 2 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we found out that a half of 4 is 2. So to find a half of this square, because there's 4 little squares inside, as long as we are colouring 2 of those squares, then we're representing a half. And it doesn't matter which 2 they are, you're then still representing a half, because half of 4 is 2. So I could colour in that one, and then I could colour in that one. And because I've coloured in 2, I have still coloured in 1/2 of the square. So let's do the next one. This time we've got the number 6. Okay. Again, I'm going to find a half of it. So I'm going to share my 6 equally into 2 groups. So what we now know is 1/2 of 6 equals 3. So as long as I've coloured in any 3 of these squares, I've represented a half. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then this one 3. Okay, again I have coloured a half in red. Let's do another 3. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Have I coloured in a half? And how do you know if I've coloured in a half? Because I've coloured in 3, and half of 6 is 3. Let's do this last one. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we must share the 10 equally first. 7, 10. There we go. So 1/2 of 10 equals 5. So as long as we're colouring 5 of these squares in, we've coloured in a half. So let's do 1. And it doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter which 5 it is. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So let's colour in these bottom 2. 5, 4, 5. I have coloured in 1/2 in red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares are red. 1, 2 rectangles, I should say. These are more rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles are red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles are white. I've coloured a half in red, and that leaves a half in white. Okay, so I have uploaded some other rectangles for you guys to try. Just see how many different ways you can colour them. I have also uploaded an optional maths challenge if you want to have a go, but you really don't have to. It's just because I know some people fly through the maths, or some people only get 1 or 2 activities done, and that's absolutely fine. But I just want to make sure I've got enough for everybody. Okay, so have fun, and I can't wait to see your pictures.